Hi everybody, we are back in the man cave of an acting teacher for another video. I think this is video number 14. I'm really enjoying making these, happy to do them. If you're getting something out of them too, give you something to watch in the evening as well. A little bit of free advice to do with acting on various fronts. Yesterday I made a video about the kind of work you should do, okay, like making your own work, working for free for people who can't afford to pay you, not people who can, remember, all right, don't be exploited, all right. Today I'm going to make a quick one for you about the kind of work you should not do, all right? And it was a really great question that I got from somebody overnight, which is to do with, you know, nudity and stuff like that as well, and I'll broach that in just a second, okay? So, first of all, right, ask yourself what you want to do and try and pursue that as best you can, yeah? If you want to act in the theatre, stick to theatre. If you want to work in major feature film and not television, then pursue that too, right? If you don't want to do TV commercials, don't. If you don't want to do soap opera, then don't. Now, unfortunately, most of us, right, me included, don't really have a choice, right? You know, we don't get to choose what script we work on. If we want to act, you know, we'll basically do what we're given, yeah? I remember being, you know, coming out of acting school saying, you know, being young and ambitious and everything, that I will never work in soap opera, and my very first job was Home and Away, you know, because I had to eat and I was broke. And that's what we do, you know. But again, you don't need to compromise your ethics either. I mean, if you don't want to do a TV commercial for insurance or something because you don't like the way insurance companies behave, then don't, you know, don't give them your artistry. That's up to you, yeah. Thing is, you know, as life goes on, you know, your money is not yours. When you're young, it's yours. When you get older, it's not. It belongs to your kids. It's putting a roof over their head. It's getting their school books and whatever they need. And so you can't really turn stuff down. But you can keep your ethic as well as eat, you know, I'm sure. But yeah, just keep in mind as well that some actors have become incredibly successful after doing TV commercials, like Michael Fassbender. Cate Blanchett did a Tim Tam ad when she was younger that a lot of people absolutely loved. It was just a great ad and she did it really well. And Daniel Day-Lewis did a whiskey commercial for Japan when he was young. So look, you know, you just never know. Some of the great actors that have come out of Australia, like Guy Pearce and Jason Donovan, you know, Kylie Minogue is a great actor as well, even though she's concentrated mostly on music. They all came from soap operas, Home and Away, Neighbours, those kind of shows, you know. So don't underestimate where you might get your start from, you know, where you might be seen and where that might catapult you afterwards. Don't turn down anything, you know, really. We have a kind of a flippant saying in the studio where we say, turn down nothing unless it's porn, right? Now, that's a bit of a silly way of putting it, of course, but, you know, porn's not going to serve you in any way, right? And that kind of segues me into the next thing that I was going to talk about. So, yeah, you decide what you want to do and stick to your guns, but the most important thing that you need to keep in mind is your text analysis powers, all right, which you've learnt from studying your technique, okay? Every good technique starts with text analysis, all right? If you don't understand exactly what's going on in that text, you know, you're drowning, you're all at sea, all right? So what does that mean? Why am I talking about that in regards to something like, you know, nudity or something like that? Okay, in a lot of scripts, you will notice that there will be moments where the character is alone, possibly taking a shower or getting out of bed or wandering around the house in their underwear, making a cup of tea or something like that. And you sort of look at it sometimes and you sort of wonder, well, hang on, why is that there, right? Well, the reason why that's there, if it's there for a good reason, is that that character has become what we call in my technique the lonely protagonist, all right? Protagonist being the lead character. Now, in Shakespeare's plays, Shakespeare used to use soliloquies. And in soliloquies, the protagonist, the main character, would speak directly to the audience, okay? And the audience would therefore get to know that main character better than any other character in the play. So in Hamlet, those soliloquies, he is absolutely honest with his audience. He says to them, to be or not to be, that is the question. This is what I've come to, you know, should I even be alive at all? I can't solve this, so what's the point, right? And he reaches out to his audience, and his audience gets to know him better than any other character in the play, including his girlfriend Ophelia, his best mate Horatio, his mother Gertrude, any of them, okay? All right, that's in plays, okay? In film, we show it rather than say it, okay? So sometimes you'll have moments, or longish moments, where the character is, as I say, alone, possibly naked, right? physically, but also metaphorically, okay? They are at their rawest, most honest form, yeah? They're not putting on a mask or pretending to be someone that they're not, which they might be for other characters in the play, and usually are to some degree. But with you, with the audience, when they're alone and the only people who can see them are the people sitting in the cinema, all right? They are connecting in an intimate way with that audience, so the audience feels like they really intimately know that character, and they really want to go on the journey of discovery to see if that character can solve their core problem in the play, in the film rather, or the TV series. So sometimes you'll see these moments, and if your text analysis powers are sharp enough, which they should be, you should be able to see, oh yeah, I can see the reason for that nude moment in there, or the reason why that sex scene is as long as it is, because there might be some reason for that it needs to in some way theatrically or dramatically be explained, the unique nature of their physical relationship of these two characters. If it doesn't have those lonely protagonist reasons behind it, right, more than likely it is just titillation, okay? It's just a little bit of soft porn. It's probably not a very well-written script, and it's probably not a very good company, you know, that you should be keeping anyway, all right? So remember, you know, also, like, if you're in any doubt, ask somebody, yeah? Bounce that script off a professional. Ask me. Often, my young actresses in particular that I train will send me these scripts and say, Dave, is this, you know, I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% whether this is something I should do or not, and I'll advise them based on the technique itself, based on the actual acting technique. You can tell through that and from that whether you should be doing it, yeah? So once again, you know, don't allow yourself to be exploited, okay? You know, you want to be proud of the stuff that you put on tape, because it's there for all time, all right? If it's a film that's being made on a very low budget, right? Again, make sure you look at that script, and if you're going to do it, and do it probably for free, right? Or for a, you know, a payment down the track if it becomes successful, or whatever you've decided on, you know, make sure that that piece of work is well written, well structured, right? And if it is, then it may well be worth doing, okay? Remember as well that even if you're an adult, okay, even if you're over 18, all right, under 18s will always have a chaperone on set, someone who's minding them, okay? I've done that for my own kids when they've done Vikings and stuff like that. Even if you're over 18, and if you want someone on set with you, then you just say so. You know, if you want to have someone there that you trust with you, I've been asked by actresses to do that before. I have no problem doing that. And if anyone says to you, no, we're not doing that. We don't want anyone on set, you know, like that, then you are well within your rights to walk away from it. Number one, you know, and number two, you deserve a reason why. You know, they should be telling you why. You know, you can't have somebody like that there on set. All right, so have someone that you trust there with you. You are well within your rights. If somebody fires you because of it, right, or if somebody underemploys you or ostracizes you on those grounds, talk to people in authority. Go to Actors Equity, your union, who you should be a member of, by the way. It's only £8 a month, and it gives them much more clout when more actors are with them. You know, look, women all over the world have recently had to actually create a movement called Me Too because of all of the rubbish that was happening in this regard, particularly in Hollywood, right? Don't feel yourself ever forced into anything, and nobody should be stopping you from working because you want to protect yourself. You can demand a closed set, which means no one's on there except the people who actually absolutely have to be. You can ask to have somebody there with you who you trust as well. That's not something that any director or company should have any reason to frown upon or try to dissuade you from doing, all right? Okay, look, I don't want to get too serious, right? But yeah, make sure that you choose the work you want to do and choose wisely and choose well. There are certain things that you probably will turn down along the way. It'll mostly be to do with the quality of the writing, yeah? If you haven't trained, right, come and talk to me. I'll do this stuff with you, right? That lonely protagonist stuff is really important. The people who are on the A-list are masters of it because directors and producers know that that actor is going to draw that audience in, yeah? That the audience, that actor knows how to connect to that audience and bring them along the journey of the lead role. That's where actors become A-list lead actors because they are very, very good at that, okay? That's the main ingredient in being A-list. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I've got the barbecue to fire up out here and enjoy another sunny afternoon. I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Have a nice evening. Bye.